A very important thing is, first thing I heard before I started this reading was that the peak evil already happened. It's almost like as if you would have an earthquake and an aftershocks. So I've seen 6666, four sixes, followed by 911, 555, and later on one more 666, as if there was some sort of too much of this six energy, and later on it has been balanced out to like kind of like regular level. Today people around have been extremely energized. There's an energy of a gratitude coming from someone here, because you will be receiving a lot. You will be receiving a lot of tools, ideas, resources in order to proceed on your path. I'm hearing something has been contested in your life for a very long time. It has always belonged to you, but it has been contested by someone else. I'm hearing it was your sibling. Let's see, we have a sibling here in reverse. Particularly your sibling, but it's also as if in your family lineage, there is like an X, like I'm not saying, I'm feeling like Hyuga clan, they had that X, like Neji did have it, but maybe there's something about it in it, but it's more so like there are two paths crossed in one lineage, two different branches, two different ideologies, two different sides, as if we have, let's say, Polish patriotic people and Nazis, right? For example, that's the easiest way. Or we have like Nazi and Jewish person, which is Poland is like that. Or we have like, let's say, Muslim person and a Christian person. Or we have I don't know what else it could be, but I'm hearing it's a lot of things like that. I'm gonna move it here closer. And this is closer. Okay. Because I don't wanna just like look weird on the and some sort of pandemonium. I'm hearing pandemonium, or there's also like a peak evil already happened. Peak evil, because this evil is supposed to happen. Birds are extremely important in this reading, but also the weaknesses, all of your weaknesses has to surface and had to be corrected. We have aloha healing, so we have the energy of patching those wounds, patching those places which have been emptied. So as if you open up the center, energetic centers in your body, you purged out some sort of malicious, malignant content. I just saw a giant spark, which reminds me of kind of like a little bit like a metaphor of how this peak evil was working. The earthquake and aftershocks are also like a cycle of different various natural disasters. Also, if we have an earthquake, which also causes tsunami, which also causes landslides, and it all happens kind of at once. That's how someone was emotionally, but that's how also someone was somebody's life. There was a turmoil. We have sacred beetle armor. Sacred beetles are very, very important. I think they are a symbol of immortality. So this is like a soul revival. This is somebody who gained this immortality trait. Something about like an 8 infinity symbol around someone's throat. Throat chakra is very important, and this infinity symbol, this doesn't want to stay in place. I'm hearing you have been focusing on your throat and heart chakra in this incarnation. That's because this was two placements which had some sort of conditioning or issue. These are two placements in which karma have made its mark. That's because you've been, in the past lives, you've been Well, yeah, I understand. I don't know. I know what it is. My leg is just keeps giving me signals. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's that. You've been a false light or false leader or false charismatic person who led people into some sort of their own demise, or some sort of trickster energy, some sort of scammer like energy, somebody silver tongue with something different in mind. Um, this was somebody's past incarnation. That's why those two particular sentences, you see, speaking throat chakra is uh, related to our element. What is the Ace of Swords? It's a truth, ultimate truth. Throat chakra speaks the absolute truth. That's the ideal form of throat chakra. This is how everybody's throat chakra should be. If somebody has any sort of problem with throat, you know this person might be unfortunately lying. This person might be somebody who has a lot of always like sore throat, mucus, something. Either they cannot speak of their own truth, or for example, thyroid issue. Either they are forbidden to be on their own destiny path, to speak their own truth, or they simply hiding something and talking around something instead of going straight to the point. 666, 222, and 777, very important. 777 surprised me a lot of times today. Also 144. We talk about divine calling here for sure, but we talk about divine calling which have been contested, and it was really silly, really, really silly. Somebody knew it's yours all along. Somebody knew this is your path, this is your destiny, this is what you're supposed to do in this lifetime. Yet they had, I don't know, I'm keep adjusting it. It's just so irritating. 7:11 o'clock. Yet they thought they could play out something out of this game. Something. They just wanted crumbs, even crumbs. So we have collision of belief styles, attitudes, and energies, and Alice in a Sea of Tears, cast away out of depth, feeling abandoned. So by isolating you from some sort of from everywhere, it's isolation have started in somebody's early age. First, it was kind of like considered to be selfish type of isolation, where you've been not being able to connect on a deeper level with anyone. I'm hearing you've been lacking self-awareness back then, but this sounds weird. We talk about child. Lacking awareness and self-worth. And here it's been looking like you don't wanna. It didn't have an intention. It didn't have an intention, but others projected on you that you feel that you feel like you've been better than others, which wasn't true. I'm hearing this wasn't true at all. Then there was a rejection from family. Being cast away from family. And this here, I'm hearing this is some sort of severe chapter about why did this one happen. So we have three little witchy sisters, three sisters. We have some sort of energy manipulation, actually. You know, like in this Disney fairy tales, you have this child of prophecy, and already things are happening even before you were born. They already know every step of what to do to block you from your rightful position. That's very much how I sense it in this reading. It's as if you have this two sister and a stepmom, as if in Cinderella, but they are just three witches. They're always observing you, looking at you, every little step. Every time you go and do something which is on your destiny path, they will say to you not to do it, and it's not important, and it's horrible. Like literally, you will pick up. Let's say you have to be a writer. You pick up the pen. They say no, you don't touch pen. You just go and collect wheat, or you pick up the paintbrush and they say, no, 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 this not for you, this is this uncle out there, this is his, please don't touch it, this kind of stuff. Every time you start to speak about, because the throat chakra is important, every time you start to speak about something related to philosophy or religion, perhaps somebody wants to shut your mouth up and say, for example, that you um, you are blasphemous, or etc. Even if it's like nobody lets you drive a car, if you're meant to be a car racer, whatever it is, just somebody, when someone right after you've been punished for doing it, they tried that very thing you wanted to try. So you say you're gonna try to learn to drive on a one-wheeled bicycle. They had it next week out there. You said you're gonna be this and this and that. You see, this person or two people even have been following you, or three even, step by step, following what you are doing because they wanted something out of it, something out of you. And I'm getting they got. There's a big deal. I almost feel like your Akashic library, your Akashic records, which are really ancient, really old, and have a lot of valuables in, a lot of karma stored, which can surface anytime, very good karma. Because I'm seeing somebody with multiple talents, somebody who can choose what they want to do in life. That's the thing. You are free and you have a choice here. This is somebody who didn't came here with some sort of severe trauma in that very sense. Somebody who came here with funds, with money, with motherload, with intelligence, with that's what I'm sensing here. But yes, there are three people following you for whatever, to steal whatever they can, as if they're accessing your own Akashic library, as if whole family on that point, and not only family, it's also like Jesta Nakshatra, very important here. I'm feeling this energy of Jesta Nakshatra. If you check, if you haven't, and if you want, you can listen to like Claire Nakti. She's making like a nice longer modern like videos which are using the motifs from various popular movies, which are showing an archetypal situation of the nakshatra, the conflict, and what it means. So here we have somebody following you, try to take anything, not trying to be you, right? That's the thing, but while making you feel like you are completely redundant and unnecessary. Maybe that was the words that you heard it. I'm sensing somebody was saying this in different language than yours. How this is possible? There was some sort of spells being casted, like they were programmed into your mind as well. That you are completely redundant. Redundancy. I'm hearing this word, and I'm hearing this is very painful word for someone. Because I'm feeling like I'm seeing the child who comes to someone and they asking, so what, you're not happy? I'm not being interested in you at all. I'm not being interested in you at all. And this child like wants attention, and she's saying, or he's saying, like, what is the worst is, if you would be angry, if you would be sad, if you would have any reaction, I would be really, really happy, even if it's very negative. The worst is neutrality and coldness, like that. That's what I'm sensing here. And it was purposeful. It was purposeful to give you no attention whatsoever, so you never feel like anything you do is right. This is something just stares at me. I don't like how it is. Okay. So as if somebody's like family structure, friendship structure, all of those were like kind of feeding off of somebody's Akashic records. Things, various chapters and things were opportunities in order for it to fully realize itself in this reality right now, was surfacing and surfacing. And each time when something surfaces, each time your energy went a little higher. That's what I'm hearing. Energy went a little notch higher. Somebody's just like predatory senses kick in and say, we gotta destroy it now and also take it. like almost like that. Like I'm feeling some sort of battle of this kind. I cannot keep my face straight because it's so so childish, right? This is so silly. Okay, let me see. 777. I want to say, I will watch over you. You've been watched over all this time. See, Akashic records are in reverse. So it's as if somebody was blocking somebody's access to Akashic records. I think it keeps happening. That's why this energy comes back. I think it keeps happening. I'm hearing this inheritance belongs to them, not to you. There are ancestors who are being angry right now. And also ancestors are kind of like a pushed to the wall very tightly. They need to redo something. They need to rescue themselves. Rescue themselves. That's crazy. So your own ancestors messed something up for you, I'm hearing. I'm sorry. This has happened to you if you've been guided by ancestors who have been working partially against you. That's not nice. So you've been listening to the guidance which was leading you. I'm hearing downstream, somewhere where you shouldn't supposed to go. To the like sewage, to like I'm seeing some nasty places. Somebody wanted you to be homeless, experience homelessness. Somebody wanted you to literally be living a life like a rat, like something very lowly. Why is that? This is one of these three little witchy sisters, but there is another one who she wouldn't care what you really do in life as long as you don't have spiritual gifts. Like if you don't have spiritual gifts, whatever you do in life, you can be on Bahamas, you can be rich as heck, don't care. You just shouldn't know what you're knowing. Shouldn't know anything. That's what I'm sensing. So one cares about spiritual gifts. So sort of hidden knowledge. They consider this to be advantage in this reality. I would disagree. Then other person thinks because they don't know how it works. I had a video explaining how it works. Amount of responsibility and work is tremendous. Another one thinking about wealth, I'm feeling. What about the third one? 2 kittens you must choose. The third one is about love. We have this is also like almost like a story, like 3 little ghosts hunting someone. One don't want you to be in love. One you don't want you to have anything, and then other one don't want you to be close to God. Crazy, right? How it be? So there are 3 people like this. Tell me something more about these people. So, first person is Ghost of the Pumpkin Patch. Count your blessings. Someone who goes hand by hand with you in some sort of various endeavors. Actually, it's like they still feel though like a shadow of you for some reason, and which is completely unnecessary because this is somebody who's equally talented at everything. Because this is the person about love. They don't want you to have love. This is the very person because they have everything else that you have. They just somehow don't have luck in love or romantic. They don't. I think there's one problem. This person not realizing about themselves. They have problem with openness. Problem with trust. Not being able to form long-term relationships with people because they are too much in their own like selfish feelings. They're also idealizing people, and then when the ideal doesn't turns out to be not true because it wasn't even in the first place, they just cannot handle it and they're just breaking up with a person. So this is somebody who might have gone through a lot of relationships already. This person might be a little robotic as well, I'm hearing. Yeah, so this is the one who don't want you to have relationship. You miss someone. Perhaps you miss this person and actually wants to be in contact with you. If you're wondering, so this person, even though they're equally intelligent, equal, they do not have some sort of secret side, gift of a secret side. So they are not interested in those life categories. Here, particularly one thing, which is, I don't know, this is some sort of, we go when I'm hearing peregrination, it's like time capsule, a vehicle tool. How to explain that? What is it? So there are like traumatic little thing memories, like a bubbles to pop in someone's mind. Like they just like floating around aimlessly. You don't really know what to do about them. You don't really know they're really there because they're like very light, they hold no space, but yet they are there. And they might belong all to this person we're talking about right now. It might not be yours. That's the thing here. Another person here is a fairy of the green world. The natural world needs you. This is somebody with very strong energy. Very, very strong energy. This is somebody who I'm hearing is irreplaceable if it comes to like organizing life. Somebody is extremely good at planning everything. Somebody is extremely good in hands-on, realistic kind of tasks. They might have like a green thumb as well. This person's energy seems very, very dense and aggressive. It's somebody's aunt. It's somebody's aunt for 100%. She might have been at some point obese. That's weirdly odd detail. You might have a friend who's similar in some sort of manner, or a childhood friend. Somebody who is playing with stock markets. So many funds has disappeared, I'm hearing. But this is something on the side. So this might be a clue. This might be a person who does not want you to have this wealth. This is the person who is digging into like, are they using spell work? Seeing stifled, bored, and stuck is in reverse, so they not stuck at all. A clear solution we're getting, but because that's what I'm sensing in here. Like somebody is actually magic in reverse. That's the first card I actually picked. Somebody is trying. Like I don't know how to interpret it as well. That person does not do magic or does, because I'm sensing it's like I even saw like somebody going abroad to some sort of distant location to work on somebody. Deliberate attempts to turn someone possibilities into shit, I'm hearing, but also to gain those. I'm hearing somebody's on repeat saying, money comes easy to me, money comes easy to me, money comes easy to me. So, but are they literally want to steal from somebody's Akashic? Yes, yes. This person literally is going to practitioners and asking them to give them their wealth because you stole it from them. And those are not professional people. If they cannot distinguish whose Akashic record is which, And you see, here comes some other thing. That's what I'm sensing. Your own ancestors were lying to you. Your own ancestors were lying to them as well. Only you in this group have this inheritance, but they are treating it as if it belongs to everyone. It's like such a common knowledge. Like in this particular incarnation right now, they thinking this is your Akashic records is all of them. What? What about their Akashic records? What are they gonna do about that? It's as if you are feeding all the family. You are feeding everyone in opportunities, energy. Your Akashic records are just all open and they all taking whatever you have previously overcame. You see, what we're talking about, many people know. Simple. Let's just make it extremely simple. Let's say you fought a war and you died in this war. And but you also made it so your country has been freed. Great honor, right? A lot of innocent people also remain their life. A lot of women and children, and that could cause other generation also to grow. Okay, so you did that. Now somebody is a general in and what is it? Army. Somebody's son is, because they just had your Akashic records open. Let's say you went and you have been training all your life to be this excellent um, horse trainer or a horse like rider, and you just like, now somebody in your family has a hotel with 20 horses and the school to ride them. That's what happened. And you, let's say you've been before, I don't know, you've been, let's say you've been an extreme criminal, like you've been a criminal and you've been so smart and you just did so much crimes. You also like, and the next few lifetimes you've been paying it back by hard work, by reverting everything you ever done which was bad. So here now at this point here, you're supposed to end like position, like let's say you should be a judge or a lawyer or whatever, to still be engaged somehow. Now somebody in your family is a judge and lawyer, and you have nothing out of all of it. This kind of situations we are talking about here. You must have very prominent placements in your 12th house. I'm also sensing energy of somebody has north node in 6th house and south node in 12th house. That's the energy I'm sensing here the most. So yeah, so there is a huge mistake to be corrected, and I don't know why your whole lineage decided to sacrifice you in particularly, because I'm hearing divine being, because you have this infinite energy, because God walks with you, because he's on the side, because you know how big of a risk it is. Like they thinking because you have all of this and you're not gonna use it, so they may as well take it because you're not using it. Because it's not possible for you to use all this good karma you stored for centuries. It's not. So they just gonna break in and they gonna squander it. Squandering, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing expensive things, some sort of family artifact, something which was in generation, let's say piano or something, is just being sold for cheap. That's what I'm hearing. Broken, rotten, in a moisture, going bad. It's just this kind of energy feeling. It's as if you have like some sort of very, very, very ancient, precious painting or something, and you're just leaving it outside to deteriorate in a nasty weather, or I don't know. That's the feeling we have here. Like somebody, there is so much good things being stored. There is like a, I don't know how to even call it, because that's the energy. That's not material. You can't compare it. It's an experience. It's an experience which is very precious because it was life and death matter. Life and death was, you've been going through it, you've been running through it. You gave your all to it. There's so much passion, so much everything in it. And somebody's just like, I'm gonna take it, but I don't know. Actually, I wasn't born with the IQ to pursue it. I wasn't born with the strength and stamina to do that. Well, yeah, it obviously not, because it's not your fucking Akashic records. Only person who is incarnated in particular body, in particular, can use it successfully, because this is very good karma. This is like a custom made thing. I don't know. It's just so silly. What the heck is this? Let me see. We have this rainbow in reverse. So I don't know. I automatically feel like a gray and darkness and something, dimming light for sure, dimming light and bringing somebody into this kind of state. Look, like they can't even like see. They can't even look. They're like so on a gray background and they're kind of like cute but still extremely sad and I don't know what's going on with this hairstyles as well. We have the beauty and the lightning and the mystical shaman. I mean, and the crow, rightfully so. Rightfully so. So it turns out that all of that led you to, I don't know. I'm conflicted here because we have this crow which came first. Crow came first to you, and why the crow came? This is really wishing the death upon you, and even so. So you see, this is the plan here. So you're gonna be a sacrifice. You're gonna die young, but they first, before you die, they need to be sure they have a full access to this Akashic records, so they can do whatever they want with it all this life. And your death has been planned prior to this. I'm hearing first time when you were to 10 to 13, it's supposed to already happen. It didn't. Then when you were like 20, 21, 22, you might have also 3 times like near-death experience. Or something of this kind. You might have been completely. I'm also hearing psychosis for someone. One psychosis is as if someone did this death spell and instead it caused that. But I'm hearing, that's why I'm seeing like the next card is mystical shaman. Instead they caused you to enter your righteous path, rightful path. It's not though, because it shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be that. That's why I'm saying I'm conflicted here. I really don't feel like somebody supposed to be a shaman or a spiritualist in this lifetime. I'm feeling like I'm reading for someone who does have the spiritual gifts, but they are just like wired particularly to help them to be in some sort of like business-like industry, having some sort of tangible power, like being a director of a school or being a professor or being I'm hearing a drug addict. Okay, I'm hearing a drug addict, and this is really interesting because this is this energy projection coming through. This is this karma being exchanged. Okay, cousin. Somebody's name starts with a P. It's a cousin who supposed to have this destiny, but instead of that, they are what? They are working in a court of law. This is how it was. Maybe you've been through some sort of period related to addiction. It wasn't rightful. It wasn't righteous. It was not what you're supposed to do in this lifetime. I'm hearing the God's wrath. Wrath. it's a lot of unrighteous things which occurred. Like, oh, don't get me wrong, this is great honor, but this is not what you've been prepared to do. This is what um this is the aftermath of you having to constantly fight for your life and protect yourself. I have a lightning and a beauty way. I don't know. This is another energy. Is like I was thinking some sort of like rich and beautiful. It's some sort of sensational energy. Somebody who's like really like some sort of movie star. That's very 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 possible here. Somebody who brings beauty everywhere they go. Somebody who is icon within themselves as themselves. Like music and arts as well, but it's like a sensational. Somebody's really like perfectly fitted, like icon. Wow. Okay, let's see what more. Whoa. So right now we are dealing with a lower world, and various dealings. I'm hearing various dealings. Um, of a sorcerer. There's a sorcerer, and this person is very unfortunate. Um, in a sense that they do have some sort of gift, but those gifts are trained. They are trained, and they are trained. It's also, there's something else about it. Because this is not what you would imagine. It might be like a monk or a priest as well, like literally from like some church. This person went through extensive education. I'm hearing it's like they still do educate themselves. This is somebody who's constantly in touch with a theory, with a practice. They have it all scheduled. This is very much formulaic, very much bureaucratic almost way of approaching some sort of, this is magic done from through ritual. So I'm thinking this might be a priest, like literal priest. This is somebody who does not have naturally gift of secret sight. They are not a seer. That's why they are sorcerer. They are somebody who trained, who learned, who knows how to use alchemy. This Pachamama was in reverse. So this is against the current of how the nature and earth and the goddess here, goddess of the earth, the protector of the earth, the guardian of the earth, they did not intended this to be this way. So I'm seeing somebody already, again, like somebody got some sort of crumbs from those Akashic records. See, this person does not see the situation fully. But they do have awareness for sure. This is might be a very person in this family who actually understands what's happening. Yet they are not on your side. Not on your side. That's what I'm hearing. The giveaway. Somebody's childhood was just pure torment, I'm hearing. There's really literally not even one happy memory related to, this is a side of somebody's family. This is not everyone. This is one side of the family. There might be happy memories, some of the happy memories related to the other side of family, but with one particular side of family, there's nothing but a spite, betrayal, backstabbing, gossips, just very toxic energy I'm sensing. I'm having like increased pressure in my head. See, the ghost people, they might be actually here. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm sensing. Those are people who don't want you to have the awareness of how much they stole, how much they took, how much more they knew about you than you know about yourself, how much they blocked you from being who you are, who you meant to be. As I started this reading, I'm still picking up on the same energy. Every time you touched whatever was meant to, as a symbol, you know? Maybe you held something in your hand. I don't know. I'm seeing somebody's holding a sword right now. Maybe every time you grabbed something like this, somebody has like a PTSD from a past life because you standing in front of them about to bring justice to the situation. That's also like what I'm sensing. There is a person in this family, that's what I'm feeling, that they actually, this is a person who cut your life short in certain circumstances for material gain. This person literally see you, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm sensing somebody's parental like figure. Every time you hold something, they just like kind of like react weirdly. If they have some sort of like PTSD like reaction, because they remember something, they just don't know where it comes from. See, chaotic in reverse, and the cancel in reverse, and soul retrieval in reverse, and the luminous warrior in reverse, and the rainmaker in reverse, and the flow is upright. So this is, I'm just thinking like, those are all the things they're supposed to block in your life. They should block you. They've been contracted by various entities to block. I don't think it didn't work. I'm feeling like the conclusion here into this reading is you're supposed to have some sort of very clean path, very clear and clear path. If you're supposed to be a spiritualist, you should be supposed to be somebody who is perfectly of the light. I don't know, like a guru rather, or maybe not really. That's not a great example actually. Like it's hard to give example because there is no such thing in the world. Let's say just a healer. But you should not deal with anything dark. Instead, you are somebody who's very much comfortable in darkness. Somebody who knows this side even much more than the other side. Somebody, because of your awareness of the evil, because of the awareness of the pain, you always strive for the ideal, I'm hearing. And your ideal is not, it doesn't feel like, you don't feel like an innocent person to me. You feel like somebody is very much experienced, but this is because this is wrongly defined. You might be looking like a person who looks experienced, looks strong, looks but it's not that. You are really, really innocent. You just carry the pain of the people who did wrong to you. See, you have to let go of a few things, but that's what makes you a shaman. That's what makes you a person who freely walks between realms. This makes you someone because you did indeed overcome the worst possible thing. You had to detach ultimately from this reality. There was no other way. Also, like, if you remember your past lives, if you remember up to, let's say, 7th or etc., I don't see a way in being that much connected to this. If you have the awareness, really, if you have the capacity, it's very different how you approach this reality or interact with it. 444 on the clock. 2 of Gabriel. We have Make a bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationship with people who share your vision. So there are partners incoming. Believe me or not, there are people like you on Earth. It's not many of them. It's not many. This 144 energy here. I don't know. In this reading is so corrupted that I'm feeling like all the time I'm getting some nasty words into my head. Like somebody's actively trying to always turn everything against you within your own energetic field. I have somebody right now tries to manipulate your energy. So this is like a kind of, I see how they've been doing that. So you cannot access your Akashic records and they can access it. So this is the very mechanism. Somebody's like, spirit is showing me here how it was all happening. So you had, all the time you had to have some sort of extreme intrusive thoughts, which didn't belong to you. They've been projected. I'm hearing script magic. This is the sorcerer. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna end it, but to conclude this all, really, one more time, really quick. Somebody wants to convince you now that you do not have divinity within you. That's what I'm hearing. Somebody wants to convince you that you do not, that you are still some sort of like, how to precisely say it? That you are something inherently of the darkness. There is that's what the 9/11 energy here represents, and the peak evil is over. Peak evil already happened. You already understood this lesson, but there is really, it's so nauseating. It's not nauseating. It's just I'm feeling someone's anxiety. Yeah, it's really like overbearing. Anxiety followed by numbness, like absolute numbness. I'm hearing somebody's thinking that somebody's stealing their thoughts. That might be a case in this reading. And it's like a ghost dance, like everything becomes like a smoke or powder or dust. Like that in your life, everything turns to dust. This is magically done, but it's no more. It's no more because now comes the best time of your life. That's what I'm hearing. It truly does. It truly does. You will be very satisfied with your life and life mission. You're not gonna feel any pain or any sorrow because the fact how high you went is, it was unintended. It shouldn't supposed to be like this. You weren't built for who you have became. But God is so proud of you. And you're just gonna walk with him now.